Hello everyone, today I'll be presenting on Chapter 4, Branching. We will be covering Python's program flow with if-else branches with comparisons of equality, ranges, data types, and logical operations. This let's illustrate the concept of if-else branches in programming. If-else branches is a fundamental way to control the flow of a program based on conditions. If-else branches allow the program to make decisions based on conditions. The if statement executes code only when a condition is true. The if-else provides an alternative way when the condition is false. The if-else enables the program to handle multiple conditions in a structured way. This diagram illustrates how to detect equal values using conditional branches in programming. It shows how the program's flow changes based on whether the two values are equal or not, using the equality and inequality operators. This diagram illustrates how to detect ranges of numbers using conditional branches. It shows how to use series of less than checks to determine the number of digits in an input integer. This diagram demonstrates how logical operators and, or, and not works in programming. It shows different combinations of true and false input and their resulting output. This diagram illustrates how to detect ranges with gaps using conditional branches. It shows how to use if checks to define ranges with a gap. This diagram shows how to detect multiple features based on age using conditional branches. It shows how to use series of if checks to determine the multiple features based on age. So this one is for comparison operators. And comparison operators types really matters. The way Python compares values depends entirely on what kind of data these values are. So if you try to compare things that don't make sense together, like a number and a string, it will get a type error. When working with decimal numbers or floating point types, we shouldn't use the equals operator. This is because the computers represent these numbers with some level of imprecision, which can lead to unexpected results when checking for exact equality. So dictionaries can only be compared for equality or inequality. Two dictionaries are equal only if they have same keys and the same corresponding values for each key. This diagram explains membership operators in and not in. In checks if a value is inside a container, and not in checks if a value is not inside a container. These operators work with list, string, tuple, set dictionaries. So for dictionaries, in and not in checks for the presence of keys. So this diagram illustrates the use of identity operators is and is not in programming, which are used to compare whether two variables refer to the same object in memory. So this diagram illustrates the order of evaluation in programming. It shows a sequence in which different types of operators are evaluated in an expression. And this slide is for code blocks and indentation. To write clean and correct Python code, make sure we should remember these indentation rules. Last but not least, we can use conditional expressions. We use conditional expressions to write an if-else statement in a single line. This is my presentation. Thank you.